Good morning. It's Wednesday the 13th of May. This morning I'm going to be talking about indoor plants, and I'm going to propagate some indoor plants that I've got here, I've bought from home, and really just sort of go through the importance about looking after indoor plants. So I've filled some pots here. This is this is called Tradastantia. It is a Zebrina, and the Zebrina is because it's got a sort of little stripe on the leaf, and it's really easy to propagate this one. I've got quite a lot of it at home, which is what I've cut here. So I'm going to cut it up and cut it at a node, which is like where a leaf meets the stem, and pop it in here in each of these pots here. But the main thing with indoor plants is really to think about where the plant originally came from. So these have got quite a sort of succulent-y type leaf. They come from South America, so they quite like a warm, dark, sort of jungly, atmosphere. So bathrooms are really, really good, or a kitchen by the sink or something like that. Whereas other plants like cactuses and things come from the desert, and they're really happy in a dry spot and don't need to be watered. And with regards to watering is the thing that kills most plants, is overwatering, to be honest. So I mean, I try and do a regime of once a week, so Sunday night or Monday morning, water all my plants, give them a good soak. So a good soak rather than a small sprinkle. Anyway, let me start doing this, and then I'll turn the machine back on again in a minute, the video. So I've planted this, the Tradastantia Zebrina it's called. It's got a rather nice purple, I think a really pretty purple leaf with a green stripe on it. I cut these yesterday, so when you're doing cuttings, you should really cut them in the morning and then keep them in the fridge. That's what I did. Keep them in the fridge like you treat them like a vegetable. The main thing when doing these cuttings is to remember which is the growing end, which is the sort of rooty end, and which is the top end. So it's quite easy when there's a leaf like that, but some of them, hopefully I've got them the right way round. So I was going to tell you a little bit about John Tradescant, which this plant is named after. So its Latin name is Tradastantia Zebrina, and it's called a wandering Jew is its common name, or St. Lucy is also what it's called as well. So it's named after this famous botanist of the 1600s, a long time ago, and this plant doesn't mind he was travelling all around the world bringing plants back to England, doesn't mind low light, and often some of these indoor plants don't mind low light actually, so you can put them, and they don't often like being near a radiator. I try and keep them away from radiators and drafts. Right, so that is house plants propagation. So when you come back to the castle, hopefully you can take some of these home with you or to your rooms. And the next thing I'm going to do is pricking out some cauliflowers.